morning to everyone. In the today's lecture, we will again discuss the mesh analysis. Okay. In last lecture, we have discussed the mutual coupling, where we have discussed the self-inductance and mutual inductance. On that basis, we have solved one numerical, and today we will again see one solved example based on mutual coupling, but with a slight change. So you can see on the screen, I have written one heading, the current source in shunt with a coil which is coupled with the other coil. Okay. So we are familiar with these two words, current source. So basically we know that there are two types of sources. One is voltage source, another is current source. So instead of voltage source, if there is a current source, then how to deal with such a numerical? Okay. And we have seen that the coil is coupled with the other coil. Okay. So which is called as magnetically coupled coil, and for this where there is a mutual inductance. Okay. So basically they have given here, and the question they have asked here is that they write down the mesh equilibrium equation for the network show. Okay. And this type of network is given, and we are studying the topic current source in shunt with the coil which is coupled with the other coil. So you can see here this one, this is actually the current source. Okay. You can see that the value is IGT of t, and the arrows uh, actually showing that this is representing the current source. So up till now, whatever the lecture, up till now, whatever the numerical we have solved, we have seen that there is only one source, that is voltage source. Now here we have seen the current source. Fine. So if you see this current source is actually parallel with this coil. Okay. You can see that the name of this coil is L1. Okay. So you can see that this current source is actually parallel, or we can say shunt, both are the same thing, is parallel or shunt with the coil, and this coil has a mutual inductance. You can see that one orange dot is that and one box is that. So this L1 is mutually coupled with L2, and this L1 is also mutually coupled with L3. Okay. So this is a case in which we have find that the current source is shunt with the coil which is coupled with the other coils. That's I have tell you that L1 is parallel, L1 is coupled with L2 and L3. So what we have to do in such a case, because the mesh analysis is based on the KVL, and in KVL all the sources must be voltage source. Okay. So what we have to do, we have to convert this current source into the voltage source. Okay. But there is a difficulty is due to this mutual coupling. Okay. So when we have to convert this current source into two voltage source. Okay. Two voltage source means one is for this dot, another is for this circle. But when we are converting that current source into voltage source, it is difficult to mark the dot polarity. Okay. So it is not convenient to write the mesh equation by converting the current source into the voltage source. So what we will do here, we will consider this as a mesh. Okay. So you can see this will be your first mesh, this will be your second mesh, this will be third, and this will be fourth. But we know the current of this. Okay. So what is the current of this mesh? The current of this mesh is simply Ig of t. Okay. You can see that. And as we know that the current in this mesh, so there is no need to apply KVL here. That's why we can consider this mesh as a dummy mesh. Okay. I hope you understood what I am saying, that as we know the current in this mesh, so there is no need to apply the KVL. Okay. That's why this type of mesh is called as the dummy mesh. Okay. So by just considering the dummy mesh, we are not converting the current source into voltage source. Fine. So this is the point we have to remember. When there is a current source, which is in parallel with the coil, and the coil is coupled to the other coil. Okay. Now rest of the procedure are same. So we will be follow the rest of the procedure. So after considering this as a dummy mesh, you can see that how many mesh are there? Three. So this is the first mesh, this is the second mesh, and this will be the third mesh. Okay. Now what we will do after that? We will assign the current to each mesh. Okay. So this current is, I will assign as I1. This current I will be assigned as I2, and this current I will be assigned as I3. Okay. So now rest of the things are simple. What we have to do in the next step, we are simply write down the KVL equation to the mesh 1, KVL equation to the mesh 2, KVL equation to the mesh 3, and finally we will write down everything in a matrices form. Okay. So we will be doing that. Okay. So the first step here is, okay, the first step is apply KVL to mesh 1. Okay. So you can see that this is a mesh 1. In mesh 1, what is the current through this R1? It is I1. What is the current through this C1? It is I1 minus I2, because C1 is common to this. Then what is the current here? L1. You can see that this L1 is common to this dummy mesh and the first mesh. What is the current in first mesh? I1. And what is the current in dummy mesh? Ig of t. Okay. So this should be take care. Okay. Now we simply write down first one. It is R1 plus R1 I1 plus 1 upon C1P. We have seen that why we are writing 1 upon C1P into I1 minus I2 plus L1P I1 minus IGT of t. Okay. So this will be the self elements. Now you can see that there are two mutual elements also. The first is this circle. Okay. And there is a box. Okay. So we write for the both. For circle, what is the magnitude? I have told you in previous class also. First we write the magnitude M12P. Then we write the current. So L1 is mutually with L2. So find out the current in L2. The current in L2 is simply I2. Okay. You can see that here current is I2. Okay. So it is I2. Now check the sign. When you are seeing the first loop, the current in the L1 is coming out of from this dot. So current is leaving here. And when you consider the I2, the current is entering from this dot to the L2. So one current is entering, another current is leaving. So in that case, we have to treat that as a minus. Fine. Now next we have to write for box. For box, the value of the mutual inductance is M13P. Now write the current. So this L1 is coupled with the L3. What is the current in L3? Current in the L3 is simply I3, because this is in the third loop. Okay. So this is I3. Now check whether it is positive or negative. So you can see that here current is leaving and here current is also leaving. You can see the dot as the at the last point of the L3. So here current is leaving, here current is leaving. Both the current are leaving. It is plus. Okay. And that should be equal to 0. Why 0? Because there is no voltage source in the first mesh. Okay. So in that way, what we have done, we have written down the KVL equation. Now after that, we have to simply rearrange this equation. So in the next step, we will write down rearrange above equation. Okay. Means we will collect the terms of I1, I2 and I3. So first we collect the I1 terms. So it is R1 plus 1 upon C1P plus L1P. Okay. There is no other term I1 plus the next term is of I2. So it is minus 1 upon C1P. Then there is another term minus M12P I2. Again, we will collect the I3 terms. So there is I3 terms. Yes, there is one I3 terms M13P into I3. Okay. Now we have collected I1, I2, I3 terms. But you can see that here there is a one term, that is Ig of t. Okay. So Ig of t is definitely different from I1, I2, I3 because this is a current in dummy. And what is that term? L1P minus I1 IGT. Okay. So what will be the term? Minus L1P Ig of t. Now, if we transfer this term to the right side, so that term will become L1P Ig of t. Ig of t. So this will become equation 1. So what we have done here, we have taken all the currents in the left side, I1, I2, I3, and the current in the dummy we have taken in the right side. So L1P into IGT, this is actually the voltage across that first element. Okay. So in that way, I have written the KVL equation for the mesh 1. Okay. Now we have to repeat the same procedure. Okay, and we have to write for the second one. So I will write that apply KVL to mesh 2. Okay, so I will see the diagram of mesh 2. So this is the mesh 2. So you can see that in mesh 2 we have L2. So current in L2 is I2. We have this I2. So current in I2 is simply I2 minus I3. Fine. And we have a capacitor, and current in the capacitor is I2 minus I1. Okay, I hope now this point is clear to everyone. So there are three terms. So we write for that first. First is L2P into I2 plus second is R2. So R2 I2 minus I3. Fine. Then plus one capacitor 1 upon C1 1 upon C1P, current is I2 minus I1. Okay. So we have written all the elements. Now find out whether there is a mutual inductance or not. Yes. If you see L2, there is one dot, so there is a mutual inductance. Okay. So what is the value of this mutual inductance? M12P. Now see the current. So when you see here, okay, this point, at this point. So it is mutually with L2. What is the current in L1? We have already marked I1 minus Ig of t. Okay. So the value will become M12P I1 minus IGT of t, because we have to take the current of the mutual coupled. Okay. So because L2 is coupled with L1. So we have written from L2 magnitude, and from L1 we have written the current. Now see the direction, whether it is positive or negative. So you can see that this current is entering towards the coil. Okay. Because dot is at this point, and this current is leaving from this dot. So one current is entering, another current is leaving. So definitely this value is minus. Okay. And as there is no other mutual, so there is no mutual term and there is no voltage source. So that's why this is equal to 0. Okay. So in that way, we have written the mesh equation for the second one. Now after that, what we will do? We will convert this equation in the similar form of equation 1. So collect the terms I1. First, minus 1 upon C1P I1 plus collect the terms of I2. So I2 is L2P plus R2 plus 1 upon C1P. Fine. This term is I2 plus collect the terms of I3. So I3 is only 1 minus R2. This will be I3. Okay. But if you see that there is a one term, this one, Ig of t. Okay. And we have to transfer this term to the right hand side. But what is the value? This minus minus will become plus. So plus M12P Ig of t. But when we transfer to this side, that value will become minus M12P Ig of t. Fine. And this will become your equation number 2. So whatever the Ig terms we have considering, that is the dummy mesh, we have to transfer to the right side. Fine. Now on the similar way, we will be write down the KVL equation for the loop 3. So apply KVL to mesh 3. Fine. So we will see the mesh 3. This one is the mesh 3. So in mesh 3, there are only two elements, the L3 and R2. So current in L3, we have already marked I3. What is the current here? I2. The current here is I2 is I3 minus I2. Fine. So I will write down these first two values. L3P I3 plus R2 I3 minus I2. Right? So there are only two self values there. Now see whether it has any mutual. Yes, there is mutual. You can see that this box is that value of this box is M13P, and this L3 is associated with L1. The second box is here. So we have to write the current here. What is the current in L1? I have marked here I1 minus IGT. Okay. So it is M13P M13P. Current is I1 minus IGT of t. Now check that current is positive or negative. Okay. So this current is leaving. Okay. You can see that this I3 is leaving from L3, and this current I1 minus IGT is also leaving. So in both the inductor, the current is leaving. Okay. So when both the current are leaving, so definitely this is treated as positive, because we have seen that when both the current are entering or leaving, it should be treated as positive. So it is plus. And we can see there is any other term of mutual inductance. Yes, there is no mutual inductance and there is no voltage. So that should be equal to 0. Okay. Now what we will do, we will collect all the terms, okay, of I1, I2 and I3. So first you have to collect the M13P, this will be I1. Collect the terms of I2. I2 is minus R2, there is no other term, I2. Collect the terms of R3. So there are two terms, L3P plus R2. Fine. Now you can see that there is this term IGT of T. Okay, and we have to transfer this term to the RHS side because this is a dummy current Ig of t. So what will be the value? Minus M13P IGT of t. But when you transfer to right side, it will become plus. So it is M13P IGT of t. And this will become your equation number 3. So in that way, you can see that we have written down the three KVL equations, KVL equation 1, KVL equation 2 and KVL equation 3 for this given network when there is a current source in shunt with the coil which is coupled with the other coil. Now what we have to given in question, write down this in a matrix form. So next step is very simple. Write down equation 1, 2 and 3 in matrix form. Fine. Now we know that how to write that. So as there are three mesh, so size of the matrices is 3 by 3. So we can write down like this. Size of matrices is 3 by 3. Okay. This is a Z matrix, that is impedance. Then there is a current matrix. So value of this current matrix is I1, I2, I3. And there is a last is a voltage matrix, that is RHS side. Okay. So we will be note down that RHS side. Okay. So in the first equation, RHS side is L1P IGTT, second minus M12P, and third is plus. So I will note down all these value. So in the first, it is L1P IGT of T. In the second term, it is minus M12P IGT of T. And in the third term, we already seen here M13P IGT of T. Right. So in that way we have written. Now as there are three mesh, so size of matrices is 3 by 3, so definitely there are 9 elements, so I will divide this in a 9 elements pattern. So okay, so this is mesh 1, mesh 2, mesh 3, and this will be mesh 1, mesh 2, mesh 3. Okay, simply put down all this equation 1, 2 and 3, this equation 1, 2 and 3 in this matrices form. So we will get the first term is L1P plus R1 plus 1 upon C1P. You can see here in the first equation R1 plus L1. See, second term is this one minus 1 upon C1P minus M12P, and third one is positive M13P. Okay. So second term is minus M12P minus 1 upon C1P, and the third term is M13P. Okay. Similarly, we have to write down the second equation. This is the second equation. Okay. Minus 1 upon C1P, this term and this term. Okay. So we have to simply take that. Okay. So I will write in the second term minus M12P minus 1 upon C1P, then 1 upon C1P plus R2 plus L2P, and this term is minus R2, right? Minus R2. You can see that. Now write this third equation, this one in this matrix form. Okay. So third equation I can take directly M13P. Okay. Second term is minus R2, and third term is L3P plus R2. Okay. Now in this we can check whether our answer is correct or not. I can tell you that this term is Z11, this term is Z12, this term is Z13, Z21, Z22, Z23. This term is Z31, Z32, and Z33. So you can see that this Z13 and Z31 both are same. So we have the answer is correct. Similarly, Z23 and this term Z32 both are same. Similarly, this term and this term is also same. Okay. So these are the verification, and I have already told you that this is actually called as the diagonal elements. Okay. These are called as the diagonal element, and which is always positive. So in that way, you can see that we can solve the any numerical of mesh analysis when it is coupled to each other. And I have already told you that this matrix is called as impedance matrix Z, this matrix is called as the mesh current matrix I, and this is called as the voltage matrix. Okay, in that numerical they have not given the voltage, they have given the current source, but instead of converting that current source into voltage source, we have simply consider that as a the dummy mesh, and we have solved this. Okay, so in that way I have finished with my numerical.